All right, DeAndre. Well, you're one step away from starting it all off here for the fall. What are you taking with you from the spring?
Oh well, you know what I'm taking. I have a group of guys that like to work, and we got the results back from the summer, and those guys kind of continue that mentality from the spring going into the summer with great numbers. So I felt like at the end of the spring that I had a group of guys that like the game of football.
You have Jerome Smith and Prince-Tyson Gulley have already shown what they can do. What are you taking from their game from your time that you've been here so far?
Well, the thing that's exciting about Jerome, he sort of makes some plays in the spring and making people miss, things like that. That excited me. The thing with Tyson, just because I haven't had a chance to work with him at all on the field yet, but his knowledge of the game, I think, because he was used a lot in the screen game, third down, things like that. I was looking forward for him to play a little bit more on first or second down, carry the ball, things like that, where he can really help us, the time he's on the football field.
Are you worried about him at all that he hasn't had those reps yet?
No, not at all. Again, he's smart, and just from the words I got back from those guys in the summer, those guys doing a great job teaching, and he's doing some really good things, picked up on it fairly quickly, so I think he'll be okay.
Jerome, with that speed that he showed toward the end of camp, that's something that burst he didn't have all throughout last season. So have you seen more from him in that respect?
Oh, absolutely, and his numbers show that. I think he posted some personal bests in his 40 times, things like that, or kind of at least stay consistent with what he did. So, and he's trimmed down. He's excited. It's a mental thing as well as a physical thing, and he has a grasp of the offense now. Feels a lot better about that. He's comfortable with it, and he's just going to play faster, and it's going to appear that he's faster.
Two guys behind them, George Morris and also Devante McFarlane. Starting with George, what are you taking from him so far? It looked like he had a good spring.
You know what? He was consistent. It's kind of when you're teaching young guys, you're on them, and every day was always something new that they were doing that you had to correct. And I kind of lost sight of how consistent that he ended up being in the spring. And I was really pleased watching cut-ups that he was solid. He was really solid, not real flashy. When you talk about Devante, make people miss, things like that, has a little bit more flash to him, but George was a consistent, physical, dependable kid that's only going to get better.
Would you like to find a way to use all four of them at some point?
Yeah, we will. And those guys going in, the younger guys, their role with special teams, things like that, I've had to use my running backs that are younger in the past to help us in other ways other than carrying the ball. So they'll get their carries, they'll get their packages, but special teams will be reps that they'll get as well, and it's going to be just as important as if they're lining up in the backfield.
And then lastly, with the H-back, with Ashton Broyld, and then looking fullback, Adonis Ameen-Moore moving there. What are your thoughts on those two guys and how they kind of fit into this whole scheme for you?
Well, it could create some matchup problems, and that's what we're kind of hoping that we can do with those guys. And it adds that physical element, and those guys are athletic to do that. Try not to probably have them bang as much as your traditional H guys. So we're going to play around with how to utilize those two guys, but Asher had a great summer. Adonis had a great summer. Guys really bought into what we're doing, so we'll just kind of wait and see.